YouTube, what's good? It is your boy Universal. Welcome back to WaxGrooveTV. We have another album review for you guys today. Believe it or not, me and my partner had actually did this album review yesterday, but I butchered the footage, and he's not here today, so I ended up just reshooting it by myself, and yeah, here we are. So we got DK's own Ka, Honor Killed the Samurai. Now, this title alone is pretty sick, and I want you guys to think about it. Honor Killed the Samurai, and take that and kind of relate it to the streets, or just like a really hardcore situation, or just life in general, and it actually makes a lot of sense. This project clocks in 36 minutes, 10 tracks, so it's a short project, but it's short and it's perfected. You know, a little bit of a spoiler alert for someone who doesn't have time to watch this whole video, or you don't want to. This project is fire. It is 100% fire. It was done right, front to back. For everybody else, let's jump into it. A couple other things to point out, or one other thing I should point out, is there's hardly any drums or like any bass line in this project. It's all like samples and just loops that are just done over and over and over, and it's put like stuff pulled from like kung fu flicks, but it was organized really well, and it's dope. Like, this project it's one of the illest projects I heard this year. So jumping into it, we got track 1, Conflicted. It's a great way to start the project off. You know, right off the jump, he's just spitting some gems, and it just sets the tone for where this is going. Track 2, Just, one of my favorite tracks on the project. The chorus is probably I shouldn't say is one of the most notable, but it's something that stands out. He said, "We did what we need to do what we must." And that's one of those things that kind of ties back into the title, Honor Killed the Samurai. We did what we need to do what we must. And then you can still take that and flip it into everyday life, or just the streets in general. And it's pretty deep if you think about it. Track 3, Cold and Lonely, another banger. You know, more gems, just jewels being spit through this entire thing. Something else I should point out too, you know, with Ka, his flow, it's very slow. It kind of borderlines spoken word, like him just doing like spoken word, but he's very monotone. The pitch of his voice doesn't change. You know, the aggression in his voice doesn't change. Then, like, with these samples, you know, and these beats being what they are, they're kind of like right here at this level. One of them, you know, neither one of them like overshadows the other, like his flow or the production. So with that like being kind of cohesive, it really allows like what he's saying to just pop and jump at you, and it really kind of grab it and listen to it. My bad. So let me kind of get back into that. Cold and Lonely, you know, like I said, more gems, just bars on top of bars. One of my favorite tracks on here is track 4, Mourn at Night. This, like, he's just spitting throughout this whole thing, man. Track 5, the name for it is, or the track listing, it's just a $sign. But one of the things he says on it, he says, "I need money," so I just call this track "I Need Money." And it's pretty straightforward. He's talking about he needs money, but it's not in like a braggadocious sense where he wants it to go bag bitches and to, you know, be out there flossing and spending money. He says he needs money, but he's gonna take it. He wants to fill soup kitchens. He wants to, you know, build rec centers in the communities. He wants to build infrastructure. So it's actually needing money, but yeah, I want this bread, but I have a purpose for it, so I'm gonna do something with it. Track 6, Destin. It's just a tale of the streets. You know, it's a lesson in each line. Like I said, every line, every bar, every verse, every hook on this project is quotable. You know, if we really sat down and just dissected like this, every track on this, like really in detail, it could be like a 4 or 5 hour video, because there's so much content in what he's saying and what he's talking about, or in just the way he spits it, or like, you know, the double entendres and stuff that are in there. You know, it's so much. This is grown man rap. Like, you really got to listen to it and pay attention, and if you do, you're gonna enjoy it. We got track 7, Hours. This is, you know, just full of gems again. something he said that stood out to me here was he learned my culture before assimilation. Like, that's pretty deep. A lot of people don't know their culture, and then there's a lot of people who just choose to assimilate to whatever's around them. So learn my culture before assimilation. That's pretty fucking deep. Then we got track 8, Illicit Fields, another track just full of gems. One of my favorite tracks, track 9, Finer Things. He had a lot of quotables in here, just a few of them. He said, stole from Peter and never paid Paul. After that, he made another reference about flipping an 8-ball or getting an 8-ball. Finer Things kind of ties into track 5 in the sense of talking about money, but this go round, it's a little more braggadocious than what he was before. He said, in the hood, only violence is understood. That makes sense. I mean, it's kind of the truth, which is sad, but a lot of this shit just, you know, it's stuff that everybody knows, but just the way he says it, it's like, oh shit, like it makes you think about it. One of my favorite lines I hear, he said, got bread, pull the heat, toast to serve. So you got bread, I pull the heat, toast to serve. Like, that's some ill shit. It's very simple, but it's catchy and it grabs you. So you gotta love the way his flow, his delivery, like it's on point, man. The lyrics are there. Track 10, I Wish, love the sample. Like I said, this project was crafted perfectly from front to back. No, you don't have to skip anything. You can listen to this straight through. This is something when you gotta take a drive, you pop this in, just let it play and just dissect it. You know, you about to go to the gym, pop this on, just get your think on while you're lifting. This, for me, is definitely one of those albums I can see myself listening to later on, like down the line, a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, and still picking up on shit that he's saying now. This project is classic material to me. It's definitely gonna be one of my favorite projects of this year, top 3 at least. It's very refreshing and it's so different than what I've been listening to. So this is why it really jumped out at me and kind of gravitated towards it. But I'm gonna give this one a Ghost Chili Pepper. This shit is classic. Like I said, it is fire. Let me know what you guys think. You know, comment below. Let us know what we should review next. As usual, like this video, share the video. If you haven't already subscribe to the channel, and be on the lookout for more because we do have more reviews going up soon.